Hi, this is Christy with DeLong Rigging Solutions. A theatrical counterweight rigging system is also called a fly system, and it consists of many different components. Some of these components are not easily visible, so let's take a closer look at what they are and look at each part of the system, learn what they do, and how they all work together. On stage, the batten is the part of the counterweight system that's probably most visible. That is the part where things actually are attached to. Sometimes those things might be lighting equipment or cables. Sometimes those things are scenic elements. Sometimes they're sound pieces. Whatever item needs to be moved. Battens are typically longer than the width of the proscenium of that particular theater, but they're short enough that we're able to walk around the ends of them. Each batten is rated for a certain amount of weight. That amount depends upon how much weight the arbor can hold. More on that later. Every 10 feet or so, there's a wire rope lift line, which attaches to the batten and goes straight up from that, makes a 90-degree turn across the loft line directly above that attachment point. Those loft blocks are up on the grid, and then that wire rope continues all the way over to the head block, where it makes another 90-degree turn, and then comes down to the top of the arbor, where it attaches to the top of the arbor. The arbor is a rectangular device that is able to hold various amounts of weight. Each weight is called a brick, and the weight of an individual brick may vary from venue to venue, but it's typically around 25 pounds. It is important that you know exactly how much weight each brick is in the venue that you are in. It is also not uncommon in older venues to have multiple generations of arbors, which may have bricks that are only specific to a certain kind of arbor. So there might be different weights and perhaps multiple generations of the arbors, so you need to make certain what you're doing matches up. Half-size and quarter-size bricks may also be available, and they are a valuable way to fine-tune the amount of weight that you have on the arbor. The number of bricks in the arbor above this painted brick is roughly equivalent to the amount of weight that we have on the hanging batten. The bricks below the painted line, and including that painted brick, roughly equal the amount of the weight of that batten itself. Each lift line that comes from the batten makes a 90-degree turn over a loft block, and then the head block gathers all of those lift lines together into one multi-groove sheave. That also has a larger diameter groove in the sheave for the operating line, which is the hand line that the fly person uses to operate that particular line set. It is important that the lift lines and the sheaves are in alignment and properly maintained. If they are not, an experienced fly person will hear the difference or may hear sounds. Sometimes we need to make minor adjustments in the locations of the loft blocks in order to keep things from bumping into each other. See the video about kicking sheaves for more information on that. In a single-purchase counterweight system, the operating line is a closed loop that terminates on the top of the arbor, goes up over the head block above the arbor, comes back down and through the rope block. From there, it goes underneath the tension block near the floor and then comes back up to the arbor and terminates on the bottom of the arbor. The tension block may be adjusted so that the tension on the operating line remains constant, even though it may stretch over time in use. The rope block is not intended to hold an out-of-weight line set or an out-of-balance load. It can hold a minimum of approximately 40 to 50 pounds out of weight, but its purpose is to secure a balanced load. It is not a brake and should not be used to slow the movement of the hand line. If any of the components in a counterweight system is not properly maintained, the operator may notice a sound or have difficulty with smooth operation. Both OSHA 1926.251 and ANSI E1.47 require the entire system to be inspected annually by a competent, qualified individual. But if at any time something does not sound or feel right to you, please make certain to inform the head fly person or the head rigger so that they can take a closer look. Or consult with a qualified entity. Please remember that DeLong Rigging Solutions one-shot training videos are meant as general information. Every system is different, every venue has different procedures, and even the same show in different places has different needs. All statements made make certain assumptions about systems and venue similarities. Nothing could replace on-site training with a qualified individual. If ever you have a question or concern about rigging, do not hesitate to reach out to us or another qualified vendor in your area.